Morning, everyone. Just a quick update. I'm running a workshop called Develop Your Side Hustle this afternoon at 5:30. So if you're free, if you're driving home from work, tune in for a 2-hour sort of workshop on just delving into that sort of space. And I believe anyone can pretty much delve into their side hustle. I mean, why not, right? We're living in an age where work is sometimes uncertain, and it's good to be able to diversify your skills and sort of do things that are outside of, what you're used to, because you never know, it could take you somewhere, especially creative projects. So again, Develop Your Side Hustle is on today, 5:30. I'll put the link down that you can register. I think already we've got over 30 people that registered, which is fantastic. And Fairfield City Council, Studio 2166, they're amazing for supporting this workshop. And for me, it's a good chance to share sort of what I know, and also just get connected with who's out there doing what. Some other good news is, yes, Obsidian, the short film that I worked on as one of the actors. I play a damsel in distress. Yeah, first time Karina. And I was also the action director on that one as well. So that's getting launched on Friday, 1 p.m. So if you're free, tune in to Facebook, because that's where you get to check out the short film that has had a lot of amazing people who are not only in front of the camera but behind the camera that have made it happen. And that is the power of filmmaking, is when you're able to share and to make something that people can take part of and feel proud of as well. And of course, every single project you do as a filmmaker, you will learn a bunch of things as well. So I think every single film project I do, I'm sort of like learning. It's like a mini learning curve of what not to do for the next project or what worked, and constant feedback so that you can make the film production process more smooth, more efficient. And you know what? Takashi Hara, my husband, it's his first time basically being a director on a short film, his own baby project that's been funded by John Doan. So it's amazing, the fact that from a small idea of, hey, let's make a film, we've been able to make that happen. And I think just recently a couple of film festivals have picked it up. So really exciting. So once again, there's a couple of events happening. There is Develop Your Side Hustle, which I'm running today. I'll send the link down below, as well as on Friday, which I also put the link down below as well. Obsidian, it's a film screening that I was a part of. And yeah, I think that's it. I think so, because I'm going to run off and get a coffee and then come back and then, do the usual officey stuff, and then workouts, and then, just so much things to do. Like, seriously, like I've got like 30 odd days left before I fly out, and it doesn't stop. But to be honest, like, when people go, oh, you're so lucky, you get a lot of work. I'll be honest with you, it hasn't been easy, and it takes a lot of innovative thinking. And every single project that you do, you treat it as your last. So you do the best. Like for me, any project I'm given, I am maximizing it, and I don't skimp. I don't take shortcuts. A lot of people take shortcuts, they get a project and they're like, yeah, and then they also get another project, and then for some reason their skill sets get cut in half, and then they end up going, oh my God, I'm so stressed, I can't juggle. Well, that's your problem. I think we should know ourselves best. A lot of times we can't control what's outside of ourselves, our environment, other people, but we can pretty much, we have more power over ourselves to be able to make the right decisions for our own sake. So, really gauge your energy. I feel like sometimes people don't understand whether they're reaching burnout. I mean, it makes sense though, because especially if you're living in life where your radar is more placed on the environment. So for example, if you constantly need validation, if you constantly need feedback from the world, you're probably more likely to get more burnt out because you're not connected to yourself. And yourself, you have a lot of information, intuitive information that you can tap into to guide you. Now, a lot of people, don't really utilize that, which is, I think, a waste, because you end up burning out, you end up doing things you don't like, and then you have to take a break, and then you have to figure out yourself. Well, I think everyone should figure themselves out, every moment of the time. When you have a spare moment, just use that chance to reflect. Don't use, helping other people as an excuse, or, you got to do this ABC on your list. I think we tend to avoid ourselves by filling our lives up with stuff. We tend to run away. It's a common thing that people do. People run away, if they're not having a good relationship with their family, they decide to run away because they think that the source of the problem's outside of them, that has caused them to feel a certain way. Well, let me tell you, that source of thing that is causing you the trauma is still within. There's something there that you still need to work on and to overcome, because if you run away from things, that same lesson's going to chase you around like a bad smell. So it's really important to, take the time and bit by bit chip at it to overcome certain things that you just don't like about yourself. For me, one of the things one of the issues I have is like sometimes, like everyone, I have moments where I don't feel like I'm deserving of doing things, but very limited, very, very, very short amount of time. I get into it a bit, and then quickly I've been able to just train myself to get out of that energy. And I do that through dance, through movement, through acting. Anything creative can shift, can really shift your emotional state, and especially anything that's negative. But for me as an actor, I have to learn to deal with multiple emotions and be able to be comfortable having it settle in my body, and as well as being able to let it go and release. So for me as an actor, I find that it's not about blocking out certain emotions, but emotions are cues to how you feel and what you should be doing to keep sustaining yourself. Because in general, I believe that we're put on this planet to enjoy a life, to have fun, to be happy, and make all the people around us happy, right? That's what we're here for. And we have to understand that anything outside of that is a distraction from that. And I think it's a mission for everyone to be able to do that. The more joy we have in this world, the less war, the less conflict, the less misunderstandings, the less drama, right? So this is what we're put on this planet to do, and we need to find every moment of the time to find little moments to bring joy to people, and especially to ourselves. And I'm telling you, when you put yourself in a very joyful, happy state, another thing happens is creativity. Like, you'll get insight, ideas, like they just come at you. You'll be like an ideas magnet, especially when you're in a happy state, okay? And you start to think of things, you start to feel the confidence of feeling good, coming up with these ideas, and then you start attracting, or you start becoming aware of people out there who can make it happen. Okay, because it's really hard to make things happen by yourself. I really believe the cumulative effect of people in a particular wavelength, a particular mindset, to help you get where you're going. But it does require you to look at where you're paying your attention to, where it is that you place your focus on. if you have a tendency to love placing your focus on your sob stories, well, you're going to get more of that sob story. Because some people, they would, I'll be honest with you, some people find that their sob stories are their badge of honor to say that I exist in the world. I'm dramatic, I've got drama in my life and I'm escaping drama. I mean, that's the narrative you're telling yourself. And the funny thing is, subconsciously, you're putting more of that stuff in. But if your narrative is like, I just want to bring more joy to the world, I want to do what I enjoy and do it to the best of my ability. And you know what? And maybe make a living off it if I can. If there is a demand for what I'm doing, if I'm doing it well, there will be, I can make a living off it. I don't need to be miserable. Okay? I don't need to be miserable. And as much as there's other people around me who's miserable, I can still find ways to react to that in a way that it's still going to keep me going. And one way isn't to run away. Like, running away means you cannot deal with drama, or you cannot deal with the issue that is holding you back. Okay? And every single moment that you get to exercise your power to be able to face that issue means you're going to fortify yourself to be much more stronger. Much more stronger. And that's something that we constantly need to do. I enjoy doing what I do. I enjoy waking up in the morning and having moments of time of constant reflection. In fact, I do it every day. Like every moment when there's a gap, I'll be like, I wonder what if I do this, or wonder what if I do that. And just really be in a state where I can imagine, feel good, and things just start to come to me in my head. And I'm sure other people out there, you also feel it as well. You have moments where oh wow, I just got this idea. And it's interesting, once you get an idea, then you're on the road to maybe, growth, to going further than what your old self is, right? But of course, once you get an idea, you also have another hurdle, possibly for a lot of people, is that do I deserve to activate this, or do I deserve to do this? Am I good enough? And then there's a series of critical questions that your other side of your brain might put you through, and then you have to sit there like you're in an interview saying, yeah, I'm qualified, yeah, I can do that, I have experience, I have skills in that. You know what, like, know that yes, you've got a critical side. Everyone's got a critical side, because we need to have that critical side. Otherwise, a bear's going to chase us and kill us, right? But knowing that it's there, but also being able to negotiate with your critical side and go, shut up. Like, I don't believe what you're saying, or thank you for that mental note, but this is how I'm going to do things, and I'm going to see how things evolve and change. So in a sense, you can negotiate with yourself. Like, I do it a lot of the times. I see myself as not just as one entity, but I'm also like multiple sides to myself that gives me information in terms of a situation, a person, a place, all of that. And I draw that in. It's like a convening. I'm like, yep, okay, cool. Yep, I gotcha. Yep, okay, I know. Cautious, be cautious in that moment. Yep, risk control. You take that all in. And once you take that all in, then you can make the right decision. Anyways, I hope people can join for my workshop on Develop Your Side Hustle on today at 5:30. I'll put that link down. On Friday is Obsidian's launch. Come check it out. We're coming out of lockdown in Sydney. We're coming out of it, but we're still going to be celebrating things. Yes, it might have to be virtual, online, but, when we bring people together for a common goal, I think it's a magical moment. Okay,